Hello everybody and welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns, broadcasting the Majora's Mask Rando Tournament Season 1. We got the lower bracket finals for you today. It's Skyward versus Ats. Commentating for us, we have Vidya James and Epic Yoshi, and tracking is Mizurio Fox and Steve Master 92. Say hello everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh yeah. I can't believe we're watching Ats here in the flesh. Sorry, it's ATZ and Skyward today. Losers finals. I'm so excited. This is going to be a real slobber knocker. Let me tell you guys, for the opportunity to be in grand finals and try to take the title away from FaZe, is going to be a cool race.
It's certainly something to look forward to.
Mm-hmm. Do we know what's on the old South Clocktown Heart piece?
I don't.
Well, I guess we'll find out soon. Setting the stage here a little bit, we've got ATZ, seasoned Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time player. Very, very, very talented, good at routing, good at execution. There's nothing this man can't do. Losing to FaZe in winners finals. So Skyward, on the other hand, had to make a bit of a climb through losers, but also a very, very talented runner. These guys are both very much deserving of being here in losers finals. So we'll see how this goes for them.
And it would appear there was nothing good on the South Clocktown ledge.
Mm-hmm. And I can't tell. Oh, it's magic in the tree, but it's small magic, which is not what you really want to see. ATC says no thank you. Skyward's going to grab it.
I always try to save this tree for midnight, but we don't talk about my routing.
Mm-hmm. True. No, it's okay.
These are the people who know their routing.
Starting song is Healing, by the way. And Tingle's got a couple of perps. We'll take one. Why not? Get some money over here. ATZ going for the tried and true Observatory into early room key start. This is the opener that I do as well. Skyward, on the other hand, seems to be making a play for West Clocktown. He might do an early South opener. I know Skyward's got a bit of a unique opener. But yeah, the opener here for ATZ is just kill enough time that you can get into Stockpot in, and then get Grandma's Stories to bring you to that sweet spot between 2 and 4 p.m. Mirror Shield on Bomb Bag, by the way. But yeah, that time period where you can get the room key from Anju before the Goron snipes it from you. Alright, so Skyward looking like he's doing the Dongo Grotto, so he might also be doing early room key. This is just another variant of it. I see. He probably just wanted to go to the bomb shop because he had the 50 rupees and deposit it if it's nothing.
That would make sense.
Mm-hmm. First hint here. South Clocktown, foolish. Alright, well, if we ever needed confirmation that that South Clocktown heart piece is nothing, there it is. There's one to Doggo down. And pretty flawless to Dongos from Skyward.
That was admirably clean.
Mm-hmm.
I always get hurt. I don't know how they do it.
They'll get you. And you get a little sword upgrade. That would have been nice to fight the Dodongos, but whatever, we'll take it. And yeah. Here's the early room key. Skyward, on the other hand, is going to check the 2 north hints in Northern Terminate Field, and then probably do the same thing as ATZ here. Second hint, Road to Southern Swamp is Way of the Hero. All right. So one thing that's different, I love talking about openers, and the thing that I've noticed from lots of people's openers is that there's kind of the 2 big variants. You either do early room key or you do Southern opener, unless your name is Epic Yoshi, but That's
Again, we don't talk about me. We're at the finals tier here. We got to talk about good routing.
just figured I'd give you the nod.
I appreciate the nod.
Yeah. But if you ever see Road to Southern Swamp Way of the Hero, you can guarantee that early South openers are going to get a pretty nice advantage from the get-go, assuming that it's not on Swamp Archery, because that is basically the only one that you can't check. Well, there's also the Tingle, but generally you want to have a projectile in order to, or at least a bow, to clear Road to Southern Swamp. And yeah, here's Skyward going for the same thing. ATZ is going to be a little bit ahead, but Skyward is up a Mirror Shield and Dodongo Grotto. And there's the bow from Lady Aroma.
Which we were just talking about.
Mm-hmm. So now, ATZ doesn't know it yet, but he's poised to clear out Road to Southern Swamp in full now, which is good. And I mean, Lady Aroma is one of the first things you check, so I don't think we should be worried about Skyward missing out on that bow. Yeah, so these are standard settings, just very briefly. Most chests and freestanding items are shuffled. Songs are shuffled amongst themselves. The Great Fairy rewards are turned off, as well as the Skulltula rewards. Well, the Skulltula rewards are hinted. You check the Gossip Stones and you will get certain hints. Team skip minigames in shambles here, by the way. I know Pix is punching air right now as ATZ does Town Archery. Though ATZ did pretty well on getting early room key. It's doesn't really have to worry about it turning night 1 and missing on that laundry pool fairy. And he doesn't have to do this at the Clocktown hookshot chest, so you save a little bit of time there.
I find that with minigames, I like to save them for periods of time where you have to wait, like final night to Curiosity Shop if you're waiting to check the all-night mask. I don't know if that's what's designated by this war between minigame users or not, but...
I think Pix is just a fan of just not doing East Clocktown minigames, which is a very interesting strategy. But yeah, I kind of agree with you, and I do like saving Town Archery at least for Night 3 if I can, but oftentimes I'll just suck it up and do the minigames regardless. But Skyward's also going to be doing it, and you get your money back at least, so it's not a total loss, just mostly, just some time loss. So ATZ knows that this chest here is foolish, so he's not even going to bother checking it. Skyward did not get the South Clocktown foolish hint, so he's probably going to do this after he finishes Town Archery. Yeah, so hitting the blue octos makes the timer go down. You only need to hit 40 to get the prize. Most minigames that have duplicate prizes, so the archeries and stuff like Deku Playground, you only have to do one of. You don't have to do multiple. You don't have to do the minigame twice or more. So you hit the blue octos to make the timer go down so that the timer hits 0 right as you hit 40 octos. So it's faster to do that. Guru here. So despite Skyward getting that Mirror Shield very early with the purple rupee from Tingle, ATZ has enough money to grab it as well, so he's not missing out or anything. Meanwhile, Skyward's got a max wallet thanks to Dodongo, so he's going to be a little bit ahead on farming for Bank 1000 or Bank 200.
And ATZ is getting the cursed luck of having to talk to the Bomber Kid, losing actual seconds of time.
Oh no, sweet, sweet time loss. It's a foolish heart piece there. Oh yeah, we're just talking to everybody. Everybody's so chatty today. Everyone's so hyped for Losers Finals that they want to get a word in.
As we should be.
Let's count some triangles. Oh, just a little bit late there on Postman minigame. Scrub tax there. again, just a little bit too late. See, I actually know why this is happening. I can explain exactly why this is happening. So ATZ had to delay this match because his Wii died literally hours before before the match was scheduled to start. So he had to switch. I think he's playing on MU right now. I'm not sure. He might be playing on Wii still, but if he's playing on MU, then there may be a difference in input lag that he isn't accustomed to. So he might have been pressing it when he's used to doing it, but because of the input lag, it was a little bit late. Yeah, so for, again, like games that require multiple days, in this settings of Rando, you only need to do them once. So you only need to do Honey Darling, Deku Playground, and stuff like that. You only need to do it one day. And that's just to make it so it's a little more interesting. You don't have to route in 3 days of the same minigame and have to do things over and over.
And more to the implementation of that, since we get to stare at swordsman, we get initially in the vanilla version, you get 50 rupees each day you complete the game, and if you complete the game all 3 days, you get a heart piece. So it's the 50 rupee prize that's randomized that we go for.
ATZ almost talking to the bombers a second time. And also, I missed the hint earlier, but we have an East Clocktown way of the hero. So that's probably one of the reasons why. Well, at least Skyward definitely gave reasons as to why he did town archery as early as he did. And of course, if you see East Clocktown way of the hero, I mean, it's probably just for the bow, but every time I see East Clocktown, I'm like, oh god, don't let it be sound check. Anything but sound check.
This is where I differ from the majority of the population. I love that check, and I will go for that check.
You're one of those.
I was sad, so sad when Couple's Mask was removed. But it is objectively not great to have in racing.
Of course. And Skyward's going to be heading straight for Road to Southern Swamp. He's got a bow. He's got time to kill. Might as well get Swamp Archery out of the way now while you're waiting for midnight. And in there, that looks like a recovery heart. Second East Clocktown way of the hero.
That said, though, we are having discussions to have a more advanced rule set, and Couples Mask may be viable for that because it is a very... You can make Couples Mask a quick check to do if you're routing really well.
It's very... Yeah. Imagine, I can't even wrap my head around trying to route Couples Mask right now. But I mean, I'm kind of a zoomer when it comes to MM Rando, so I don't know how it used to be back in the good old days.
Well, the thing is, with randomized checks, there aren't that many things you really have to take care of that are time sensitive. Like, you can just wrap around the clock and get it right on your 6 o'clock increments.
Right. Skyward on pace to get a 52, 51 maybe? Yeah, 50 flat. Not bad, not bad. All right, here's our hint gauntlet. Stone Tower Temple Foolish, as always. Zora Hall Foolish, okay. Don't have to go in there. No Ocean Spider House, and Dompe Digging's dead. And there's a keg. Oh man, if there's a Goron Masks nearby, then early South play might have been super OP.
We're getting set up for a pretty quick seed. We already have our Mirror Shield and our keg.
Yeah, those are definitely two very annoying items to find. What do you got, Mr. Salesman? Just a heart container? No, thank you. Have a nice day. Yeah, Way of the Hero. Bomber's Notebook.
Let's go.
Uh-oh. East Clock Town, Way of the Hero. We got Romani Mask. Monka S.
Just gotta see some lower sphere transformation masks and we're set to go.
Yeah, I think, yeah, Skyward's one of the only Dolphin players. Most people, oh, yeah, see what I mean? See what I mean? If you did early South opener, you would have been able to do Ranch Cycle 1, which doesn't happen very often.
No, it really doesn't, does it?
And a Jump Slash, maybe? Nope. No Jump Slash for style from ATZ. Skyward's going to check. What's he doing? Oh, is he going to do... Interesting, okay. I actually kind of like this. He has enough time, so he's going to check Kamaro before Blast Mask Lady, which this is technically faster, I think.
I would think it would be, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most MU runners, I think, use RetroArch. I was a BizHawk man's, but I've since switched to the VC life, and I have not looked back.
Yeah, I don't ever want to look back.
Except for, you know, losing 15 minutes in the weekly yesterday, but let's not talk about that. And there's a Deku Mask.
Locked behind Goron Mask, no less.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get Zora Mask on Deku Mask lock?
Yeah, sound check's almost in logic. Uh-oh. And a Garo. Oh my god, the Garo Mask too. There's your Icona access right there.
I do want to bring attention to the fact that ATZ made use of a Song of Time day transition to very quickly get the human check.
Yeah. That's true, that's true. Yeah, interesting. ATZ skipped Kamaro, which, I mean, he's not getting punished for that, but that might just be, you know, it's one of the things you have to watch out for if you have a healing start. He also doesn't have Mirror Shield, although that might have been on purpose because he was concerned about money and said, I'm probably not going to get all the way to Castle Cycle 1, so it doesn't matter. I don't need this Mirror Shield right now.
He did look at it, though.
I don't recall, but I hope so.
Yeah, if he didn't look at it, that's another thing, but
Mm-hmm.
I think usually, well, actually, I don't know. A lot of people do it. I know my cycle 1 tries to be as quick as possible, but some people might drag it out.
And yeah, we got Bombers over on ATZ side, and Skyward, who skipped Observatory earlier, is going to try having a little chat with the Bomber. But he's got a bomb bag, so he's going to be able to check this fairly easily. Still doesn't have Goron or Deku yet, but he will get it as soon as he goes to Road to Southern Swamp.
I wonder how long it'll be, though, because ATZ is going to start bleeding some time up on him.
It's true. There's a land title deed. ATZ, you good, man? You got this. You can cheat. I promise you, it's not hard. Oh. This chess minigame is quite trolly. There you go. You got it, champ.
Yeah, that layout looked pretty toxic.
The setup for the chess minigame skip is not terribly hard, but depending on the layout, it can get you.
For what I've heard, like conceptually, it shouldn't be as hard as it is for me. Like when I hear about it, it's just like line up your diagonal and you're good. And I do it, and it is not good.
We got ice arrows on Big Bomb Bag. So both Bomb Bag purchases useful. ATZ might buy one of the purple rupees from Tingle so in order to afford that. Or the bombers might give you. Oh, he needs 1 rupee. Okay, yeah, he can just grab one from the grass and get ice arrows. Definitely some nice arrows there.
Icana is open way too early.
You still need a hook shot, but yeah. And a pony song.
Right.
Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see what our Garan and Deku songs are, because both of those are in Logic now. So close to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 code. Someday it'll happen.
There's no way it hasn't happened on stream yet.
Yeah, so all 3 elemental arrows are required. As well as bow, hookshot, probably bombs. Bombs are logically required, I think, to beat the game, but sometimes you can get away with not getting a bomb bag. And then depending on the song distribution, you can need anywhere between 1 and all 3 of the song items of Keg, Captain's Hat, Mirror Shield. Because Song of Healing is usually not required. Song of Storms almost never required. The rest of the songs are always going to be required. So,
speaking of songs, we might actually need all of them today with how Icana is pushing. We could have a Pamela seed.
We could. All right, so ATZ not buying the ice arrows just yet, but that's fine. He's probably just going to work it into his route. He's going north first, I think. Or is he? He might have just been leaving this way because it's faster to Goron roll. Okay.
Oh, fine. Yeah. I don't think that it's ever a good idea to take loading zones through the center of Clockdown. You always want to take the Termina Field path.
Interesting. I'd love to see timing on that to see how much time you save.
Yeah, it would certainly be interesting to see it. I just feel like I have developed an aversion to loading zones.
Yeah, you're allergic to them?
Yeah, I don't like them. They give me a reaction.
And both runners are pretty much caught up. Skyward's just a couple seconds behind. Butler's dead, by the way.
Just like his son.
Wow. Oh my god, too soon, bro. There's the other South Clockdown foolish hint. Can I get a capital D colon? There we go. VXR is already on the case. Capital D colon for Butler's son. And Tingle has nothing. So notably, I always, like, if I don't get a transformation mask by midnight day 1, I have a nasty habit of forgetting about the North Clocktown Ferry transformed, which has Deku mask. So I really hope Skyward remembers and goes back for it, because if not, he's going to be hurting for a Deku mask for quite a long time. ATZ is going to be able to clear out all of, Southern Swamp DP Woodfall, everything you need, all that good stuff.
And Swamp is definitely a good region to clear out, really. Like, once you clear it out, it's out of your mind, and it doesn't really take that long time, even if it is foolish.
Right. So ATZ hasn't gotten Bomb Bag yet. It's on the Road to Southern Swamp Tinkle. He's going to get that, obviously, right after this. What he is down is a land title deed, which Skyward's going to trade in right now. So this could potentially shift the tide a little bit. And Skyward's in OOT mode, but it's all good. Easy fix there. Just as long as you don't do that with a potion, you're fine. Oh no! All right, that's a huge advantage for Skyward because ATZ skipped out on the bomber's hideout because he didn't have a bomb bag, and he's gonna get quite owned by that.
Yeah, unfortunately, going to the Astral Observatory as your first move didn't work out.
I hate to say it, but my opener was the wrong play in this seed.
Sometimes it just be that way.
Everyone's so excited by Soundcheck already being in Logic, but I doubt we'll see Soundcheck for a long time. There's a keg on ATZ's side.
A reminder that we're running on the build that does not have the speed up for sound check.
Yeah. Indeed, just getting extra confirmation that that's a recovery heart. Little punch there for the Bomber's Notebook.
I do love doing those little bits of venting entertainment for the audience.
Notably, no bottle, by the way, which means that both of them... So Skyward went to Woods of Mystery anyway, so he's orphaning the Koume check. I'm not sure. We'll see if ATZ also goes for Woods of Mystery, but he might hold off until he has a bottle. No, the Stone Tower bean chests are their own region, referred to as Stone Tower. Stone Tower Temple does not include them. There's the Mask of Truth. And I'm thinking Skyward's just going to make it Night 3 right now. He doesn't have Deku Mask, so he can't go to Palace. And he's probably going to go to Ranch instead. Actually, no. Ranch would be a bad idea right now because they have both Keg and Goron Mask. So he's probably just going to make it Night 3 and do random stuff to kill time and then check Ranch as soon as he can. That's probably his plan. Just rush Ranch first thing, cycle 2. Who will be faster to get the last? Well, I hope Skyward remembers. If he does, then most likely he will get the Deku Mask before ATZ gets Zora.
I never remember which Night 3 minigames you're allowed to do.
Well, this is day 3, so...
oh, okay.
Yeah. Night 3, it's just Town Archery. Well,
Okay,
Town
my
Archery
brain was remembering that right. I got confused by thinking it was Night 3.
Here, I'll explain it a little bit more concisely. On Night 3, Honey and Darling go away, as well as Chess Minigame Lady.
They literally just gone.
Yeah.
You can walk in just fine. They're just not there.
Abandoned ship. I think you also, the Curiosity Shop, or not Curiosity Shop, Trading Post, that guy is also not there. That's New Wave Bossa Nova on the Palace song, by the way. Deck, yeah. It's been answered in chat already. Also, I'm really glad that we have a hook shot on Honey Darling. That'll be nice, especially because it's day 3. You can check the chest and stuff, clock down right away.
We're pushing real hard for Pamela. Let's go.
That's definitely Way of the Hero along with the bow from Lady Aroma. Yeah, just a Pona song away from being able to go straight to Icona. FD and Woodfall. Nice little bonus there. And Skyward's going to use the bombers to kill time for the Curiosity Shop. And I hope as soon as he's done with bombers, he goes to check the transformed fairy. And yeah, Skyward is definitely going to save a little bit of time in Woodfall with that hook shot.
We might have it that Skyward's going to be the one saving time in the swamp area overall, given that hook shot.
It's true. Did ATZ not do right side Deku Palace? I guess he doesn't have a bottle, so he wouldn't be able, and he doesn't have a hook shot either. So I guess, yeah, interesting. All right, there's the Deku mask for Skyward, by the way. But yeah, ATZ skipped right side Palace. And the light arrows. All right, we're smoothly going along.
We are incredibly close to go mode all of a sudden. We got a fire arrows.
Actually.
Pamela fire arrows. Anybody? Anybody?
Oh no, it's happened.
It has happened. I believe I was in a restreamed race of that.
We still have a missing Way of the Hero, I think, too. No, nothing from Ranch Sisters except double defense, which we don't need.
I'm a big advocate for Mirror Shield having the fire arrows.
Oh boy.
Because that adds a whole other item we need. Gibdo mask.
Notably, neither of these players have bought ice arrows yet, but I mean, we know where they are, so. And it's still potential that a required song is on the graveyard, so we might be further than we think, but things are looking pretty good for a speedy seed. We can only hope that ATZ checks the bomber's chest sooner rather than later so he can get that Zora mask, but he also needs to do Honey Darling for his hook shot, so I do think Skyward might be in a little bit of an advantageous position right now, but it's still anyone's game. ATZ did not go to Woods of Mystery yet.
Where was that bottle that's hooking up one of our racers?
There is no bottle yet.
I see. It's
that's true. We might have bottle go mode actually. Now that I think
of it. Goodness.
And there's fire arrows. Oh my god.
Wow.
Okay. Depending on the song distribution, Skyward can be in go mode as soon as he goes to Woodfall. But it's very potential that we're still missing a captain's hat and a bottle. That's insane. Oh my god.
At this point, we're looking for a captain's hat or a bottle.
Oh, Skyward forgetting to drop off the keg. Well, now he has fire arrows, so he can. I guess that's why he didn't do it the first time. Yeah, Mel says start a bet for where's the first bottle. Well, there's 6 of them, so we can have multiple winners, it seems.
But the bet would only count for the first one found on Restream, I would imagine.
And I just want to remind everyone, we're still missing a Way of the Hero. We're gonna see.
Can we get a recap on those? Our Way of the Hero and our Foolish?
Oh, there's Lens. Yeah, so our Ways of the Hero so far are East Clocktown and Road to Southern Swamp. East Clocktown having bow, hookshot, and a land title deed for Zora Mask. And Road to Southern Swamp had both a bomb bag and the powder keg. Our Foolishes are South Clocktown, Stone Tower Temple, and Zora Hall. And the Goron song is Sonata. So Woodfall completely in logic now. Drew, don't start with me. Don't even bring that up. What's our
I do appreciate the question, though. Oh, wow. That keg got destroyed on spawn.
Yeah. Well, if you drop a bomb before talking to the Goron, the bomb will explode as the keg spawns. So that's the quick strat there.
Love it.
All right, so both runners are about the same position, I think, right now. The only major difference, obviously, is Skyward having Zora Mask, which might take ATZ a little bit of a while to get to, but once Skyward... So I think Skyward's plan here is he's going to go back to Clocktown. Oh, is he checking Hungry Goron? With this many items, Skyward? You madman. Oh yeah, ATZ's also missing the hook, but he should be able to get both of those, hopefully. Hopefully he checks Honey Darling before the before nightfall. But yeah, I think the only one that's probably going to completely destroy them. I think ATZ knows that Mirror Shield is there. I think he checked the bomb shop. He just didn't want to buy it because he wanted to wait until it's in logic, not thinking that there's any way that a Mirror Shield could possibly be useful in Cycle 1. But we're Epona's song away from that Mirror Shield being usable, so joke's on you, I guess.
Yeah, at this point, Epona's song is guaranteed vanilla, right?
It could be the Temple song. Could be on Woodfall.
Right.
Yeah. Realistically, if you routed this a specific way, and let's say Ranch song is Epona song, you could check Mirror Shield song Cycle 1. Like, that is a possibility. Yeah, and then ATC getting his hook there almost immediately. Hopefully he goes to check the Bomber's hideout chest soon.
He is right there.
Yep. Nope, he's going for east. And our Hungry Goron is nothing. They only have 4 hearts. And they're potentially in go mode. That's hilarious.
4 heart go mode is a little bit monk ass.
Yeah. Yeah, Drew, I kind of agree. Some players might disagree. I know Jess has said in the past that he likes checking Bomber's hideout chest basically whenever, but yeah, I do like saving it for the end of the cycle because you can't warp out of there. That looks like a quiver.
Oh, that's a really good point. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the issue being it being land title deed. Obviously you can't, but usually it works out.
Yeah, that's when you curse a little bit.
Yeah. Frog?
Especially when you're me and you take last minute very seriously.
Mm-hmm. You gotta go for the moon crash.
You're like, okay, this is like the last check before Moon Crash. Oh no.
Alright, so we're gonna
I
go
have 5 seconds. That's enough.
Yeah, that's more than enough time. Gonna get our first curiosity shop check from Skyward side. HZ is gonna be the first to buy light arrows. Oh well, okay. Skyward's gonna get the bomber as well. Yeah, so both runners getting light arrows at around the same time. He's like, oh my god, wasn't expecting that to be.
I was gonna let you say it once by mistake, but you said it twice. They're ice arrows, everybody.
Did I say the wrong thing?
You said light arrows.
Yes, oopsies. That's my bad. Nothing on Curiosity Shop, it seems. Thanks for the raid, ZeldaSpeedRuns 3. Welcome to MMR Losers Finals of Season 1. We are in quite the jet, I gotta say. We are potentially in go mode right now, 40 minutes in. Skyward just needs light arrows, and ATZ just needs Zora Mask. ATZ is dipping Woodfall. Final night of Cycle 1. It is a pretty quick check. Or, well, pretty quick dungeon, I should say. So, not the worst thing in the world. Have either of them gotten Bank 200 yet?
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, we are bottles or captain's hat away from go mode.
What the heck? Yo, the mid-air bomber snipe? I've never seen that before. Oh, this doesn't work. You have to... Okay. It does work. Never mind. I've never seen that bomber snipe before.
Yeah, that's pretty rude.
Mm-hmm. If ATZ checks the bomb while he gets land title deed, there's no way he resets. He's gonna want to check that. There's no way you leave that alone. We're just saying in the context of normally if it's not a progression item, there's the Bremen mask on Woodfall map chest. Yeah, if it's something that you have to progress on, then you definitely want to leave and check it. What does Skyward still have to do? Oh, stump chest. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, well, we're gonna have lemons and dogs for sure. Because Skyward still doesn't know where light arrows are. So he might waste a little bit of time not knowing that he can just follow his progression.
He'll probably follow progression right after getting his opponent's song.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't done any of Palace yet, so it makes sense. And we're gonna see the right side of Palace as well.
Which will be new, despite us having gone all the way to get Sonata on ATZ's side.
Mm-hmm.
The quest for the missing bottle is really tripping us up a bit from what we expect.
I really can't wait for this to be a 4-hour Captain's Hat hunt.
Yeah, unfortunately, likely.
Yeah, so again, just to explain, the songs are shuffled amongst themselves. So the song checks being Deku Palace Song, Goron Baby, Zora Eggs, Egos, and Iconic Castle, song that you get for completing any temple, which is normally Oath, the song in Ranch, Song of Healing, which you start with, but it's randomized. So you always start with a random song, and this time it just happened to be vanilla. And then Song of Storms in the Graveyard. Those songs are shuffled amongst themselves, and you're always going to need every song except for Healing and Storm. Healing and Storms will help you with checks, but they're not always required. So depending on the song distribution, North Clocktown is our third way of the hero, by the way. Just saw that. But yeah, depending on the song distribution, let's say that Healing and Storms are on Graveyard and Zora Eggs, then they're in go mode right now. Otherwise, we need a bottle to do eggs, and we need a Captain Sat to check the Graveyard song. And we're gonna get a little dog race here. Bet on Grey Dog, that's his file name.
Skyward is legally obligated to bet on Grey Dog.
Mm-hmm. Make sure to jump slash the Gossip Stone. Doggy Racetrack chest is just money, so you can bet on dogs. It's almost vanilla.
Did we open a bottle bet yet, or were we just memeing on that?
What's that?
Did we open a bottle bet?
We were just memeing on that, but we can probably yell at Ricky. Yeah, why not? Why not? Let's open a bet for where's first logical bottle. You have FD. Not sure why you're doing these strats on Adola, but I mean, it's still pretty fast even without FD. There is a quick kill with FD. Yeah, wouldn't that be the cherry on top of this seed if Captain Sat is required on sound check? Or even better, first logical bottle.
First logical bottle, let's go.
There's a Pona song on Temple Completion. So now that Mirror Shield that ATZ is missing out on, you can do that.
So ATZ, I guess since Ice Arrows were already claimed, can't get that Mirror Shield this cycle, but...
Beaver's dead, by the way. So earlier when I was saying, you know, oh, there's no way Mirror Shield is going to be usable Cycle 1, well, guess what? It's usable.
ATZ, if he had the Mirror Shield, it was usable right now.
Mm-hmm. And he could be able to, if he really wanted to, he could go check... honestly, just rush songs at this point, I think, is kind of the play. Once you get your Light Arrows and Zora Mask from ATZ's side, just rush songs, and then you'll know if you have to do any more.
I like the shenanigans going on in chat that are the bottles are in Canada now.
Yeah, of course. Tisk tisk, by the way, ATZ not using my new strat to make right side palace faster. You guys got to learn the new sauce.
I tried to do that immediately after learning of it, and it was like, oh, this is not as free as it looked without any practice. It's not hard. It's just like I thought it was going to work out a lot simpler than it did.
Mm-hmm. All the exclusive runners are probably mad at me because I forced them to have to learn how to ground jump. I'm just kidding. I'm sure basically everybody knows how to ground jump.
Okay, this might be different from what I thought it was. I thought this was just backflipping onto the door frame and hookshotting.
No, it's you ground jump and then jump slash, and you can get over the walls on the right side of Palace.
Okay.
Also, oh yeah, so Brat brings up a good point that we've overlooked. Because they started with healing, they are going to need at least one of Bottles and Captain Sat. But potentially one or the other because... Wait, what was the song on Epona? I didn't see on Skyward side.
Elegy was what was
Elegy?
there.
Okay, so... You check Mirror Shield, and if that's required, then we only need one of the two. I think ATZ might have forgotten about the South Clocktown Foolish here. Or maybe he's just looking for... Well, it couldn't be Bottles. Interesting. Camaro, that's going to be Foolish.
It could be looking for Bottles, but it could also be looking for bank money.
Mm-hmm. It's true. That is also very true. I don't know if we've seen a Bank 200 check yet.
We might not have.
Oh, now he's checking Camaro. The last thing he does, or one of the last things he does. I hope he checks the Bomber's hideout chest soon.
Yeah, tying up his last bit of route is getting a little messy, but that does tend to happen.
First bottle on Pamela. That would be quite the seed. Quite the troll after all of these things so soon.
And then all other bottles bottle locked.
Of course. Stranger things have happened.
ATZ was making his way to that Bomber's hideout chest and then like, wait, I gotta come here.
I'm sure it's on his mind.
Then he's gonna go deposit this rupee. No, he's definitely going right there now.
So he's not losing out too much by oh no, maybe not. Maybe he's
Oh my goodness.
He's depositing first. He's like, oh, where's this dang Zora mask? I need it.
I need it.
Oh, it needs 2 more rupees for the bank.
Are we in the mid game now?
Maybe. Potentially. We're kind of in the where's our go mode.
Would that be what mid game is, or is that closer to end game?
Yeah,
I guess end game is more the dungeon rush execution.
Yeah. ATZ was talking in the Discord about one of the things he doesn't like about MMR is that the mid game is basically it can often just be a 1 or 2 item search with the entire seed open.
Which actually happens almost every seed.
Yeah. Oh no, ATZ, no, don't do this. Don't do this to me. Oh no.
He actually picked up the deed and said, nah, next cycle.
No, thank you. I've got
I
stuff.
mean, he might just be going for it immediately upon next cycle. I don't think he's gonna kill it off.
I don't know.
Why would he?
What's he thinking? Okay, he's gonna get banged 200. Yeah, with these Clocktown Way of the Hero, but you already have 2 items that were Way of the Hero there, so what are the chances it would be another? What are the chances that the land title deed would give you Zora Mask? So,
What are the chances?
Yeah. Skyward got his light arrows, and so now he's going to be doing Woodfall. Just some bomb shoes on Bang 200, by the way. So yeah, Skyward's doing Woodfall. ATZ is going to do Ranch, and I would say it'd be interesting after Woodfall is completed, because they're both basically, kind of guided towards going west. But ATZ missing out on that Zora Mask, so a play for the west, not exactly ideal. Oh man, I
Gotta
really
go
hope.
east.
Yeah.
What are we hoping on?
What are we hoping on? I'm hoping ATZ goes back and gets that land title deed. That's the only thing I'm hoping for right now.
Maybe ATZ will go Zora-less into the canyon.
Could happen. Did he end up buying Mirror Shield? No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, he just went into the bomb shop, and I was with 50 rupees, and I assumed he was buying the mirror shield, which is not really a great assumption.
He just walked past the Mirror Shield. It was right there, and he just went and bought a keg.
Safe to say he's not prioritizing the canyon.
Yeah, depending on the location of Captain's Hat, that might equalize things a little bit, but it is looking pretty grim for ATZ at the moment. He's not getting anything off this song right now because logically you need Zora to climb Stone Tower, so Elegy won't do him any good. So what's he got left? He's got some checks in the west, some checks in Icona. He's got Gossips. No, not that much else. I mean, he could clear Snowhead too. Or no, he doesn't have Goron Lullaby, so he can't. Never mind. He doesn't have Lens, because he didn't check the Hot Spring Water Grotto. So he can't heal Darmani. I'm just trying to think, how long is it going to be before he realizes that land title deed is what he needs?
He skipped the hot spring grotto while he had
well,
the fire arrows?
Well, you got fire arrows. Ooh, cafe mask. I didn't see the cafe mask before in Woodfall. Yeah, so I guess he's got midnight meeting. But yeah, fire arrows were in Lens Cave, meaning that you had to willfully go back to Twin Islands in order to check it. which is what Skyward did, but ATZ just said, nah, screw this, I'm out. I got other stuff to do.
And I guess on his way back through Twin Islands, he had the sirloin in his hands, which makes it a little inconvenient.
Do you think ATZ's going to check lemons?
Why wouldn't he check lemons? I'm on the side of saying yes, he will. If that was unclear.
So yeah, once Skyward's done here with Woodfall, it's going to be interesting to see where he decides to go, because he could just go straight for the west, like I said earlier. He could go east and check the Castle Song, which is completely in logic. And if you get Goron Lullaby off of that, then you can go ahead and clear out Snowhead right then. What else? You could do GBT, honestly. That might not be the worst idea in the world. Though I know some runners prefer to put GBT off as long as they possibly can. Okay, I'll explain Gold Dog really quick. So this rando is set up so that, because the dog race is RNG, but in terms of a racing context, obviously it's a randomizer, so there's going to be RNG every time, but we want to eliminate as much like random chance just screwing over runners for no reason. So the way it's programmed is, if you have the Mask of Truth in your inventory, then Gold Dog will win every single time. So you can still gamble on Dog Race if you don't have Mask of Truth, but it's the same as if you were to just do it blind in vanilla. But if you have Mask of Truth, you don't even need to be wearing it. It's just, if you have Mask of Truth in your inventory, then Gold Dog will always win.
Yeah, and before that was a thing, it would cost so much time and money to gamble for it, and then you'd lose on it because somebody just got it first try.
And yeah, it's mostly just because obviously the point of the randomizer is to have some certain things be random, but it's randomness that can be controlled and equated between both runners. When one runner loses Dog Race 3 times in a row and the other one gets it first try and loses a race because of it, that's not exactly the best scenario for a competitive tournament.
Because that you're going for the same choice and you're losing on a factor that isn't skill or decision making.
That mountain title deed is useless. Well, it could be toilet paper. That's really interesting to me, actually, now that I think about it. ATZ had a chance to trade in that land title deed for toilet paper because it was a good time of day for it, and he didn't even do that. He just said, no, this is useless. I'm not going to use this. So I'm so confused.
Yeah, but the more we think on it, it is confusing why it would just get sacrificed and not even gone back for later, but
yeah, it's probably just a gamble.
We'll have to ask him.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, I can explain owl saves real quick. It's actually not being used as much as the tournament has gone on. I think partly because players have just kind of forgotten about it or are just willing to accept the risks. But the tournament for brackets introduced basically this clause where if you make an owl save and copy your save file over, essentially making a backup file, you basically have a 24-second time reduction on your final finish time. So we calculated that the time making that owl save copy is about 24 seconds. So if you do that as a safety save, it's a way to encourage the safety save. And this is a way to counteract things like VC crashes, essentially, ruining an hour potentially of progress. Because VC is known to crash quite randomly for Majora's Mask. It doesn't happen very often, but it does happen, and it sucks when it happens. So kind of an extension of the fair player agreement that other randomizer tournaments use in the case of a VC crash. We kind of added that on just so it's easy to make a backup and not lose all your progress. Yeah. And so yeah, the owl icon there is just keeping track of how many owl saves they have and how many seconds they save. But I haven't seen people do owl saves in quite a while. Like, it was pretty common for people to do, you know, 2, 3, maybe even like up to 5 owl saves in a race. And as the tournament's gone on, people just kind of said, it's just not, you know, not something I'm gonna do. Yes, Ragan is a new MM player, has never touched the game before. Very curious in getting involved. Definitely someone who's never played MM before, I can tell you that. All right, so we're setting up for midnight meeting here. Imagine not knowing glitches in this game. They're so hard, though. Yeah, at this point, we just need Trev to start racing standard, and then Trev and Ragan, and then we'll have all 5 top 5 glitchless runners. I don't know how interested Trev is in actually racing standard. But yes, I highly encourage it. It's a lot of fun for sure. Definitely a very different experience from glitchless, but still lots of fun. Oh, there's a bottle, by the way. I completely missed that. But yeah, bottle and Zora Cape. So potential go mode here for Skyward. Or sorry, is this Cape? No, this is yeah, it is Cape. It is the Cape Grotto. Question is, does he keep going to look for Captain's Hat? At this point, honestly, I would be debating I'd be debating just well, ATZ is still missing Zora Mask, so I can't say this, but if Skyward were to find a bottle, I would honestly just go, and I think he's going for Icona right now, just go check the castle song, and then just do eggs, and see if you can find Captain's Hat along the way.
Yeah, for sure, because when you're doing eggs, you can pretty much clear out Great Bay area.
Mm-hmm. That's 12 checks right there. There's a decent chance that Captain's Hat is just hiding there. So we have a Keaton Mask in North Clocktown Way of the Hero. So maybe ATZ is going to go chase that, but... Or sorry, not ATZ. Never mind. Skyward. Yeah. I think it was kind of pointed out earlier, but the only chance ATZ has is if Captain's Hat is somewhere that Skyward never checks, and eggs is not required. I can't tell what that is. What is that? Is that just a map? I can barely see what that was.
I couldn't make it out either.
Oh, it's a map? Okay.
Possibly a deed, but we've established that ATZ isn't going for those.
Of course.
The difference was the fact that the deed was found in Bomber's hideout, so you couldn't immediately soar to it, but it's really not that that much time to get out of the tunnel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so ATZ did Observatory Opener, and he didn't have bombs when he checked it first time, whereas Skyward put off Observatory until he had the bomb bag, so... Yeah,
that could be another factor. It could be just like, I already received 2 Way of the Hero East Clocktown. How could this be a third?
Okay, well, I admit that Observatory Opener was not the correct opener for this seed. I still wouldn't have, you know, Song of Timed after getting land title deed.
I agree. I wouldn't either. That said, I am a full clearer by nature.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you kind of have to be thorough with MMR most of the time, so... Also, Moon's Tier on the fish there. ATZ's probably going back to check that immediately. Oh yeah, Foolish South Clocktown, never mind. I think ATZ's just completely... I mean, I just forgot it. Oh, here's our first owl save from Skyward. Rip Grey Dog. And there you go. Skyward is getting a 24-second reduction on his final time, assuming that he doesn't press the reset button. Because if he does that and scums away his owl save and loads up the other file, then that owl save is considered void. Just a silver rupee up there. And we're going to see what our castle song is. So we're going to know now, if this is Storms, then we're still looking for Captain's Hat. If it's Goron Lullaby, we may be in go mode. Well, Skyward still needs a bottle, but... And yes, ATZ doing the same. He's now finally buying the Mirror Shield. I'm sure it was just a rupee routing thing that he was intending on buying this as soon as he made his way up to Icona. I'm sure he didn't forget to check this or anything.
Yeah, because you want to do things with going through a shop once if you can, but with the 99 wallet, you can't get both the keg and the Mirror Shield.
All right.
Yeah, going through Foolish South Clocktown for a bottle is a viable strat for sure.
Well, it's important to point out that bottles can be in Foolish areas as long as the check is bottle locked, which Moon's Tier was. It was on the lab fish, which you need a bottle for, so that would have been fine. Ego's Feet, aw, not today. He was close though. He was right by it. Very clean Egos fight. And we've got Oath. So Lullaby on eggs, question mark? At this point, if I'm Skyward, if I'm in Skyward's position, I'm going to Cape. I'm looking for either a bottle or Captain's Hat. Okay, yeah, check this chest for sure. But I'm gonna go Cape looking for a bottle. As soon as I find one bottle, I'm gonna go PF and check everything.
Until the moment that I find a Captain's Hat.
Yep. And just pray that there's more bottles in PF.
As there generally is.
Mm-hmm. Boat archery as GFS, we don't need that. All right, so I think Skyward's just going to check a couple of easy Icona checks here. ATZ, I think, is just going to check the song as well. But I really think, you know, going to the west and trying to look for your bottle or Captain's Hat is a good play eventually.
I'm concerned we might see the manual swim to Secret Shrine Grotto.
It could happen. Yeah, ATZ might do Shrine. That's an interesting thought. Whereas Skyward, I don't know. Skyward might just... Ooh, that's huge. That's huge.
That's game.
That might just be it right there. If this is Lullaby, this might be a sub 2 for Skyward.
Let's go.
That's insane, actually. And if this is not Lullaby, then you're just looking, it's just a bottle hunt. It really could just be bottle go mode for Skyward. So we're just going to pray that he goes Cape first and finds that bottle in the grotto. Yeah. I wasn't expecting this much of a jet for losers finals, but here we are. Yeah, and let me take a look at, let me open up the bracket here. Yeah, so Skyward and FaZe faced each other in losers or winners quarters. It was I believe FaZe's third match after taking out Sea Falcon and Jess, and Skyward beat Melrose, and so they faced. FaZe won with a 2-16 and made a run all the way to grand finals. Skyward, falling into losers, beat Wyuso, Riley, Drunis, Ace Slayer, and is now poised to take out ATZ and get into grand finals for a rematch against FaZe. That's insane. That's quite the losers run from Skyward for sure. And we'll know right now if we're going to need a bottle from Skyward, but that still should do it. Unless ATZ finds like 3 bottles right now and remembers land title deed might be important. Oh yeah, FaZe also taking out ATZ, yeah. FaZe's run was Sea Falcon, Jess, Skyward, Saria, ATZ.
And that was Storms.
Rip. All right, well, we're looking for bottles, I guess. Yeah.
Pamela Bottle, Way of the Hero. Definitely not Way of the Hero, but we're going to call it Way of the Hero, even though it isn't Way of the Hero.
Yep. Of course. So now the question is, where does Skyward go from here? Does he go
straight into 1 bottle eggs?
Well, he doesn't even have the 1 bottle. He has. Is he going to go to PF looking for a bottle right now? That might be an okay play. That might be an okay play, considering how strapped for bottles we have been. But there is a bottle waiting in Cape, which will definitely, if there's only 1 bottle in PF or no bottles, then that would speed up the process immensely. That's an interesting idea from FaZe. You could just clear 2 dungeons and grab chests along the way and hope that there's bottles there. Yeah, okay, that's fair. That is a fair proposition. ATZ's buying beans. Maybe he's, I don't know what he's got in mind. We're gonna see what Koume is. We skipped this check earlier. It's just a root. But I say gold dust is a bottle or no, I'm not sure what you mean, but if they find gold dust now, depending on their time of day, it could be useful. It is nice for sure, because no matter what, it's going to make the Zora egg process somewhat shorter, but yeah, finding gold dust right now would be not the best, not ideal. Yeah. We'll see, we'll see. Where's Skyward going? Not sure what Skyward's doing right now.
Interestingly, we have ATZ going up Stone Tower without Zora Mask.
Yeah, that's an interesting play. Skyward's doing the same. He's buying a bean, but he's going to clear Stone Tower right now. And I think this is the correct play from Skyward. So both these runners are going to be doing bean chest. Skyward first, though, is going to be checking Midnight Meeting. This makes sense. You gotta keep in mind that this is only available until the end of day 1, so I'm gonna do a little Zora gainer here. You are too far. Oh no, he's just doing the C up gainer. Okay, I'm unfamiliar with this strat, but let's see if you can make it work. Nice, man. That looks so good.
It really does.
Mm-hmm.
I could never get it for myself, but it's amazing to watch.
Yeah, I just do the regular gainer.
You can get a regular gainer to reach that?
Yes, you can. It's pretty precise, but there is a visual cue for it. Yeah, it's interesting to me that ATC is checking the bean chests, considering this is Zora locked by logic, so there's no way Zora could be in here. That Beamos is so aggressive.
That Beamos.
Mm. We'll see what our toilet hand is as well. And there's a bottle for Skyward. All right, Skyward officially in go mode. So the question is, does he do his temples now and hope that he can find more bottles, or does he just go straight? Okay, yeah, he's just gonna do temples. I agree with this play. Hope that you can find more so you don't have to do 1 bottle eggs. But yeah, this is just essentially going to be a victory lap for Skyward now. Yeah, the deed that ATZ found and gave away was definitely worthwhile, no matter what he ended up doing with it. Yeah, bottle go mode, I think. That might be a first for the bracket anyway. Of course, there being 6 bottles in the game, it is very uncommon to go an entire run without a bottle. But it can happen. 1 bottle eggs has been hard required in the past. It's just extremely rare. Chance of a bottle in PF. At this point, it is by far the most check dense area that neither of the runners have checked. So yeah, absolutely. PF, very high likelihood of having a bottle. And if I were in Skyward's position, I definitely, when I get to PF, definitely will want to be checking those chests. Hopefully you can find more than 1 bottle. Then you only have to go to PF, or PR rather, once. But at this point, with how jet the seed has been going, and given Skyward's position, he's really not losing out anything by not by doing 2-trip PR. And there's nothing in the bean chests, unfortunately. Unfortunate for, I guess, both of them, but I mean, we knew there wasn't going to be a Zora there. It's more so for Skyward's sake. We're kind of hoping there's a bottle there, so his trips to do eggs are a little bit expedited. Songs are hard. All right, so where is Zora's? All right, so I'll explain this again. So in the bomber's hideout chest, the one that's got the cracked bomb wall is the land title deed, which you trade in for Zora Mask. The difference in these two runners is ATZ did Observatory Opener, where you go to Observatory right away. You don't have anything. You just do it to kill time for early room key. So he didn't have a bomb bag. He wasn't able to check that chest. And he didn't check it until the very end of his first cycle when he only had a couple minutes left. And he decided instead of trading that in, nah, this isn't worth my time. So he ended up just playing Song of Time, and he never traded in land title deed. Skyward, on the other hand, got his bomb bag well before he went to Observatory, so he was able to get that and trade it in no problem. Yeah. Pretty unfortunate, but I'm questioning the decision to play Song of Time when you have that land title deed. You know it could be something. So definitely it feels bad for ATZ, but also a I think correctable misplay. Also, I've never seen like pause buffered recoil flips before. This is interesting. Yeah.
Might be because ATZ is on emulator, if that is in fact the case.
True. Yeah, it bears repeating that ATZ had unfortunate issues with his Wii and had to delay this match. And currently, I don't know if he's playing on Wii right now or if he's playing on emulator, but we have noticed certain things like input delay may be affecting his ability to do certain things. So that may be part of it for sure. Yeah, he had to switch to EMU. Oh.
So still kind of playing on Wii VC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know Skyward is one of the only dolphin runners that we have, so, or I guess full-time dolphin runners. And I didn't see. Did Skyward just do early Igor?
Yeah.
He did. Okay.
And he just recoil flipped his way away from it before he even died, and I found that really. I've never seen that before.
Oh, so he did do the recoil flip to get over. When I say early Igor, I mean the light arrow strat to kill the Igor, where you like.
Oh, okay. I am pretty sure that he recoil flipped both ways.
Yeah, so I learned how to do that about a month ago, and you feel so cool when you nail it first try. It's honestly really, really, really fun to do.
There are a handful of strats in this game that are just like really satisfied when you pull them off, like Gomez fight, for example.
The swag roll. Link does have a bit of invincibility on the ending of his roll, and you can use it to guard yourself from his spinning scythe attack, I guess is what I would call it.
You didn't know that you signed up to watch Dark Souls, but you did.
Alright, so both of them fighting Gomez at basically the same time. Obviously, Skyward with a huge advantage here, though.
No, ATZ definitely is in the lead right now.
You think so? Yeah, I mean he's ahead in the temple, right? Like he's one room ahead, right? He's definitely.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, this is what I refer to as early Igor. This is the glitchless strat for doing Stone Tower Temple, because you're not allowed to do recoil flips in glitchless. So
right, that's a bug limit thing.
Yeah, this is a good alternative if for some reason maybe your recoil flips aren't great or you don't want to do recoil flips. and it's not that much
Or
slower.
they're just not working today. Like they
Yeah.
do just tend to be.
Sometimes they be like that. But yeah, you don't actually lose that much time doing early Agor versus recoil flips, so it's definitely the best backup to have in mind. Yeah, Dolphin's pretty intensive, that's for sure. Also, yeah, it's interesting to note that with such an early go mode, a lot of the heart pieces and such were not grabbed. So ATZ currently has 6 hearts. I can't see how many Skyward has. He also has 6. They do have FD though, so it's probably not like the worst thing in the world, but it's still pretty spooky, to say the least.
Having FD definitely helps a lot.
Especially with Twin Mold and Gyorg. It's not really useful on Goat, but the latter 2 bosses, you definitely just have a bit of an easier time with FD. Though some players will opt to do arrows anyway, because depending on how you play it, one or the other can be faster or slower.
If you put in the hours and hours and hours of studying Twin Mold, you go with arrows.
Yeah, and that's ATZ's doing just that. He's opting to use arrows instead. He's confident enough in his aiming abilities to use the arrows instead, but Skyward with a very quick Twin Mold with the FD, showing that both strats can be viable in the hands of a capable player. And honestly, if you're at this point in the tournament, you have to be good at both. Like, you're not going to get FD every single run. You still have to be proficient with the arrow aiming.
And we'd never talk about Giant's Mask anymore.
It's, yeah.
At this level of play anyways.
Yeah, unless you have Gilded Sword, I don't think you should even, register Giant's Mask being useful. And even then, it's still really slow. Having Gilded is, I guess, okay. But I still think even I would opt for using arrows.
Definitely, as you're learning the game, it's very nice to have.
Yeah.
Even with Razor's Sword, it's worth.
Mm-hmm. So I'm not entirely clear on the exact timing difference, but if you have FD, there is a quick kill that you can use on Twin Mold that makes it faster than using arrows. But I think it's that if you don't go for that quick kill, then using arrows, assuming you have good aim, using arrows is faster. Obviously, ATZ is having a bit of a rough time here on this particular Twin Mold, but generally you'll see arrow strats be pretty fast with top level runners.
And again, we can't discuss this without bringing up emulator. That would throw off your practice so much. If
That's another
doing
thing.
this on VC for so long, and you got to do emulator aiming.
That's also a very good point. We can't make too many excuses for ATZ or anything, but it is very much worth mentioning that he did have to make a console switch in the middle of bracket, which is not really something anybody wants to do. So I
can't wait until he comes in here and says, "Yeah, I've been playing on the Wii the whole time."
Got you guys. Psych. Delicious Gatorade. All right, so play for eggs now, or he might... Honestly, if he is thinking of just doing temples and grabbing miscellaneous chests along the way to look for bottles, he might do GBT and get the cape bottle along the way, which might coerce him into doing PF.
I don't think he can, actually.
Why not?
I think if he were to go for Great Bay Temple, he wouldn't be able to turn in the eggs.
You can do eggs after GBT. It's just Mikau that you can't heal after clearing GBT.
Maybe. Sometimes mess up how Great Bay Great Bay Area works.
It's generally a good idea to be cautious about what clearing a temple does for adding and removing checks, because the rules can be a bit arbitrary sometimes. But yeah, it looks like he's going straight for Cape. And hopefully he checks the grotto along the way. If I'm in Skyward's position, as soon as I get 2 bottles, I'm just going to suck it up and do PF and hope that I get a 3rd bottle along the way. Looks like he is not doing that, though. It looks like he's going straight for GBT, question mark? Or not? I can't tell which way he's going. Oh no, is he just going to skip the grotto? He's just going to check this chest and not get the grotto. Oh no, there's a bottle there, dude. No.
Oh, well then.
Yeah.
There's a bottle here too.
Oh. Well, all right. There's 2 bottles in Cape. Well, that's where they all are. Yeah, okay. He's just going to do GBT now and then finish off with eggs. And then hopefully he can control his time of day right so that he's able to make it midnight by the time he finishes up eggs. Maybe I'm not sure how used he is to doing eggs. Oh, well, he still has to do Snowhead as well, so ignore me.
Yeah, we're gonna learn either way whether or not you're allowed to deposit the eggs.
Definitely.
I'm pretty sure you can pick up the eggs. I just didn't think that. I think you can even probably deposit the eggs, but the song won't
I have
show up.
definitely had I've had it where eggs has oaf, and I do that right before going to South Clocktown. Like I clear GBT and then get oaf from eggs. Nice water wheel there. Oh, he's gonna make it? Yeah, oh, he's totally fine.
That was a lot scarier than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Yeah, so Zora Hall becomes almost completely useless. I think you can still trade in the title deed and that's it. But Zora Hall is foolish today, so that's not really a concern.
Turning in the deed actually gets a little easier because you don't need to get the guy off the front door.
Skyward refused to learn Water Wheel. He's a changed man. This is Grand Finals Skyward we're watching right here. Yeah, barring something catastrophic, this is Skyward's race to lose. And yeah, ATZ getting that captain's hat. Unfortunate, because now he's going to follow that whole progression and get rewarded with basically nothing. Maybe he'll check Pamela. Maybe we'll see a Pamela
We might get to see Pamela. See our gold dust bottle.
As my buddy Pix would say. Somebody ring the Pam ambulance. That's what he says, right? Totally didn't butcher that joke. You should have done instant day 3 opener. How would instant day 3 work out here? What would you miss out on? I'm trying to think.
Nothing's flagging immediately in my brain as being missed.
Well, let's see here. As long as you get the bow from Madame Aroma and do Honey Darling. Oh well, no, you'd miss out on ice arrows. You'd miss out on ice arrows because that was bigger bomb bag.
Unless you somehow within your first day get up to Stone Tower,
Mm-hmm.
so you can get your wallet, so you can buy it for 100.
That's true. But you're on day 3. I don't know how that's gonna work out. Oh, you got this. There you go.
That was some wild recovery strats.
Gonna check the compass chest over here, just in case there's a bottle. I highly doubt Skyward will do wart looking for a bottle.
I know I wouldn't.
Yeah, it's just not worth the time. Can't wait to open up the spoiler log later and see that there was a bottle on wart. And it was Chateau too. No! Yeah, that's true. You can definitely peek at day 3. So
Oh, we're like 2 hours late for that cafe letter too.
Hmm. Yeah, it doesn't matter at this point.
It
I wonder-
doesn't.
I'm just thinking about how ATZ is gonna think about the that healing there. If he gets baited and thinks, or sorry, not healing, the storms. I'm wondering if he's gonna go check Pamela. Probably not. He probably won't prioritize it. That doesn't really feel like an ATZ play to me. Though at this point, thinking about his density, I think Secret Shrine is actually his most check dense area at this point, so he might be thinking about that soon.
Where do we think ATZ is gonna be when we see the dot done?
What's that?
Where do we think ATZ will be when we get Skyward finishing?
I don't know. I don't know what he has left to do at this point. Yeah, how long before he's like, maybe that land title deed was important?
I think we'll get it on his toilet hand turn in of the deed. Unless has ATZ seen? I don't think so.
Seen what?
What toilet hand has?
I don't believe
I don't
so.
think he's found another source of paper.
He has the mountain title deed, but he hasn't traded it in yet. Oh yeah, there's the lens that's bait in Twin Islands. That's also something. We got FD here for Gyarg. Won't be too hard. And then we're gonna see our first Pirates Fortress dip immediately after at an hour 42 in. All we need to do now is get the egg song, go mode Snowhead Temple, and beat Majora, and we're done. Skyward printing his ticket to Grand Finals at this point. Yeah, I think some runners prefer to do the Goron strat. I think both strats are viable and probably about the same amount of time. And there's nothing on the Gyre cart container, so looking like 2-trip Pinnacle Rock is likely unless there is another bottle in either Pirate's Fortress or Pinnacle Rock. I wonder if Skyward's going to check sewers looking for that bottle. I don't think it's worth it at this point. And he's going to make another owl save here.
Hopefully, he'll check out that grotto on his way over.
Hmm. I doubt he will, honestly.
I doubt it as well.
I think he's just gonna go straight for PF. I would. I wouldn't bother. He got so lucky with that bottle in the underwater chest, though.
He really did.
If he had gotten both, this would have been. I would have been insane. But I mean, maybe there's a bottle in PF. You never know. We've still got 3 bottles missing, with not a lot of checks left for them to be in. Yeah, so that's I'll save number 2 for Skyward, further solidifying the time advantage. I mean, not really, but he's still got a huge lead on ATZ right now. Yeah, it's up to the runners to decide when they want to allo save. Some runners will do it every, hour or so. Some will do 30 minutes. Some runners will just not even bother. But yeah, every emulator can crash and has crashed in the past. It's just that Wii VC has a nasty habit of crashing more often.
Not even necessarily that it's more often, it's that there's actually no cause to it.
Right.
But it does happen.
I believe it's like a memory allocation error, but
Yeah.
I don't know anything past that.
It's a problem with the operating system itself, as far as I've understood it.
Yeah, I know some of those words. I used a computer once in my life.
Windows is an operating system.
Windows is a thing you put in your house, dummy. Come on.
No, I put computers on every hole in my house.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Then you put pretty pictures of your house on the screen so people think your house is much nicer than it actually is. That's smart. It's a thinking.
Yeah, I give myself house recursion.
House recursion. Yeah, so this is losers finals of Majora's Mask Randomizer Season 1. This has been a tournament that has been ongoing since July. We started with qualifiers and then moved on to a bracket stage, and it's meant to be a season, not, like a one weekend tournament or anything. So this has been going on for multiple months, which is very interesting because it allows for, meta shifts can and do happen in the span of a full tournament run. So it's been interesting to see how strats and such have developed since the start of the tournament. I mean, I wouldn't know anything about that, but I'm sure everyone else is excited to see the state of MMR at the beginning versus the end of Season 1.
You were here at the beginning.
Yeah, at the very beginning, but I had no idea what I was doing.
If anything, it gives you a fuller view because you had to actively study it.
That's fair. That's probably pretty accurate. Yeah, so
I just play.
Just play sometimes. Just enter races and walk around aimlessly. Sometimes
That's
you get lucky.
me.
Yeah, so just to explain, so we do have the Majora's Mask Randomizer Discord, which is where most of our races are not, I guess, conducted, but it's where most of the organizing goes on. We do races on Racetime GG. Basically every day there will be posts in the Discord, somebody asking, hey, anybody want to race? So you can join any of those whenever you want through Racetime. And we have a weekly race which is restreamed on one of the 4 Zelda Speedruns channels at noon Eastern Standard Time on Saturday. So if you're looking to get into Majora's Mask Randomizer, there's no better place than the Discord to get into racing, enter some races, enter some weeklies, and look forward to Season 2 happening sometime next year, probably. I don't know. I'm not part of any decision-making that would dictate that, but definitely something to look forward to as we come to the end of Season 1.
And there is active discussion going on now to decide a more advanced rule set to play with that may or may not get a tournament made out of it. I'm not sure about what rule set we'll be going with, but we're going to divide up standard to be even more of a friendly to newcomers kind of rule set instead of the weird bits of arbitrary decisions that sometimes make it harder to follow than it maybe should be.
Right. I'm looking forward to the developments we have.
New rule set with SRM allowed. Yep, that's what we're making. Imagine though.
Yeah. New rule set with SRM would be interesting. You just rush to graveyard. That's basically basically you just find bombs as soon as possible, rush to graveyard, do SRM, and you're set. Or if you haven't learned the new graveyard SRM setups, you gotta deck your palace like me.
I'm just glad that this randomizer doesn't work like the original randomizer where the item indexes themselves are shuffled, because then SRM just wouldn't work the way all of the setups would have been constructed. They'd get you different items altogether.
I hate to interrupt, but ATZ's going back to bombers. He's gonna get his Zora mask. Yeah.
How many explosives do we think he'll put in the chest? Oh, actually, his frustration isn't going to come until he turns in the deed. Never mind.
What was I going to say? Yeah, can you imagine a randomizer race where you just find bombs, do observatory SRM, and just get all your items and bypass everything the randomizer is set up?
Imagine if the logic expected you to do that.
That would observatory SRM and logic would be wild. It's like find bombs, get all your items, fam, you're good. That's the logic. There, I made a randomizer. Easy. Making a randomizer is not easy, by the way. I should specify.
And confirm.
No, wait, yeah, why is he going here? Oh, he's checking this. He's gonna get his lens. Yeah, he is Swamp Deed 2, I think. Have we found another bottle? Oh, well, he just entered Pirate's Fortress now. So, yet to see pending if there's a bottle here. Alright, so Skyward's resigning his fate, and he's just going to do 2-trip Pinnacle Rock. Oh, sorry, Swamp D was in exterior? Never mind. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think ATZ is just kind of grasping at straws right now, trying to find the missing piece that he had all along. Doing Hungry Goron. None of these...
was Skyward that did Hungry Goron the first time. I thought ATT had already done this.
I'm thinking, like, none of this is, like, bad decisions and plays from ATZ.
No,
it's just
it isn't.
It's just, yeah. Well, the Stone Tower play was a little bit questionable because that couldn't have possibly been Zora, but aside from that, I think he's been making generally good decisions. But yeah, this is essentially just maybe Skyward will check the chest in Pinnacle Rock. I'm not sure. Who knows? I'm unconvinced that it's a good idea to check the chests in Pinnacle Rock, but sometimes they have a bottle and then you just feel like a fool.
In 2 bottle eggs, definitely I would check.
You check them? Yeah, okay, that's fair.
1 bottle eggs, well, you've given up hope anyways.
Yeah. 2 seahorses even.
Mm.
Not so sure about that one.
Although, I think if you don't do all of the sea snakes on your first pass, you'll have to kill the last sea snake you gotta go for again.
Mm.
But I guess that's no big deal.
Yeah.
Since you're only killing 3 anyways, it's not like you killed the first one on your first go anyhow.
Skyward is just not even gonna check. He just said, "Screw it, I'll do 2 trip Pinnacle Rock. It's fine. I have 2 bottles. At least I don't have to do 1 bottle eggs." Yeah,
Honestly,
well.
watching him do that just now, I actually agree. Don't do the chests.
Definitely seem pretty fast, and like, I mean, you just have to go down for that 1 egg. So. Well, that's a good question. How do you get started to race with random people? So, I honestly do recommend playing your own seed on your own time on standard settings. You can look into standard settings, and I believe there's a file that you can input into the randomizer program that lets you play, or well, it'll set it to the standard settings. Obviously, you join the Discord, and there is a channel called Race Planning, where every so often, oh look, just now somebody, as an example, thank you for that example, put a ping in the Discord for the standard role, asking if anybody wants to race in about an hour. And basically just look for those pings. You can ask, I believe you can ask a moderator for the standard role. I'm not sure if there's like an automatic way to get it. But with the standard role, you get those pings, and then anytime you want to race, you can join up on race time and do a race. Yeah, thank you, Wayfaring Fox. I appreciate it.
I like how for all of us in the Discord with Discord notifications on, that made perfect sense, so that anybody who isn't in the Discord at all is like, what do you mean? I didn't see that just happen. You reacted like it just happened now.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, somebody put a ping in the Discord. Race Time is a website. It's kind of seen as somewhat of a, I guess, successor / alternative to SRL, if you're familiar with those. It basically functions in the same way. The difference being that it's a site that you just have to make an account for. You don't have to do anything with IRC. So if you're unfamiliar, if you're an idiot with IRC like I am, Race Time's pretty nice. And yeah, no, I talk about this every time, but I have the effect where anytime I like watch a bracket race, especially if I'm commentating, anytime I watch a race, I'm getting such a mood to do a race myself. I'm like so down for it every single time. And yeah, I race multiple times a week. Have a lot of fun with it. I highly recommend joining the weeklies as well. Oh yeah, and there's also if you use LiveSplit, you can integrate your race time account, and then you can join the race room straight from LiveSplit itself. Like you just right click on LiveSplit, and it'll have a list of open races for LiveSplit.
Here it is.
Oh no, here he's gonna get a Zora mask.
I'm definitely team Slash the Scrub.
And ATZ says, "God damn it! Why did I?"
He's just
song-
screaming.
Yeah, no reaction whatsoever. No, he's probably just saying, he's probably just resigning his fate, saying, "Well, I lose." Maybe he's a little upset, but he's probably just willing to accept his fate at this point. And here's our lullaby on Skyward's side. I'm thinking this is going to be about a 210 to 11 finish from Skyward. I'm usually bad at estimating exact times, but yeah, ATT going for 1 bottle of eggs. I mean, at this point, you're so behind. Like, searching for any more bottles is going to be, you know, you're already so behind. It's hard to justify doing anything other than just raw progression at this point.
And shout out today to our trackers, Zero Fox and Steve Master 92.
Congrats, congrats, congrats. Or why am I saying congrats?
I don't know.
Thank you.
Congrats on signing up today. Congrats on waking up this morning. 2020 is
thank
tough. Congratulations.
That's the word I wanted to use there. Thank you so much.
And happy 2 hours as well.
Indeed. Yeah, it's kind of a shame that it's not a sub 2 for Skyward based solely on song distribution, but it'd be like that sometimes. And obviously with bottles being as scarce as they were in this seed, you know.
Not quite as scarce as they needed to be, literally just a one check away that he walked right past from being 3 bottles, which would have sped up, I don't know how much time that would save actually.
Yeah.
Pinnacle Rock is going to save. Really, there's not much time difference in Pirate Fortress, but I guess once you get your 3rd bottle, you're going to stop opening chests as much.
Right.
But you save a good 2 minutes at least off of the 2nd trip to Pinnacle Rock.
Right. Inconsequential in this race, but could definitely, in another seed, play an effect. I'm wondering what Skyward's finish time would have been had he found that 3rd bottle in Cape. Because this is going to be, like, probably even sub 210.
205.
No, not 205. Probably like 208.
With the 3rd bottle, though.
Oh, yeah, with the 3rd bottle? Yeah. Maybe even... Definitely pushing close to sub 2. Unfortunately, missing the tunnel jump there. Or sorry, he didn't miss tunnel jump. He just messed up this strat here. Okay, well, that's not really the strat that I go for, but I mean, that works. That's pretty cool.
I've never seen that backup. That was
Yeah.
the scariest thing I've seen in my entire life.
I don't believe Skyward's gone to sub 2, but we can actually check on race time. See here. Skyward's PB is a 2:11 as of right now.
Race time PB then.
Race time PB. We don't know about asyncs. I'm not sure if Skyward plays asyncs very often. No. If you are in a race, it is against the rules for you to be watching anybody else's stream. You're only allowed to watch your own stream. You can't have any outside information, otherwise that would be pretty disingenuous to the idea of racing.
Maybe once we start up the spoiler settings.
Oh yeah, the spoiler log league.
Then we'll be able to look at each other, because then you're not getting any new information. You have the spoiler log, you know everything. But here, yeah, do not have other streams open.
Yeah. Oh, no. You can't see any information about what items people have. The only piece of information that you could possibly see is somebody else's finish time and if they forfeited. But you can't see any of their items or anything.
And honestly, sometimes when you're in a big race, you can piece together a lot of information out of finish times. And even the absence of finish times is giving you information.
I used that strat in one of the quals, actually. But as I've developed as a racer, I've actually found it, at least for me, more beneficial for me to close race time until I'm done.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I'm gonna metagame way too hard if I know the times.
Yeah, I mean it's more so just a mentality thing for me, I think. But yeah, some runners will do that, and you can get some valuable information about it. For example, one of the quals, you had vanilla ice arrows. I look, and I'm still pretty new to racing at this point. I look and see, oh wait, nobody's done it 250 in. That seems kind of weird. Ice arrows are probably somewhere really dumb. Let's check GBT. Lo and behold, that's where they were. And I got a pretty decent finish on that race.
That might have been one of my good ones as well. I seem to remember having one of the seeds where it was just like you had to dungeon rush at the end.
Yeah.
Because you got your go mode before your first dungeon, essentially.
I think that was I think you might be referring to the race that it was like Goron Mask on Poe Hut, and then Keg was in Mirror Shield. I just remember that because I was like, I didn't believe myself that I was in go mode. It's like, I don't have a single temple done. This is way earlier for me, someone who's still brand new to racing. Like, I can't imagine being in go mode yet. And surprise, surprise, I was. So that was pretty cool. Yeah.
MMR does really give you memorable seeds. Like, something about the placement, like, your brain can just remember details a little bit better because there's always one or two items that are really special.
And here's the final boss here for Skyward. Should be finishing in the next minute or so. He's got FD, so he should have no trouble here. Even with only 7 hearts, that's still more than I would consider safe with FD, so not really a big deal. It is possible for the remains to troll you a bit, which is why Skyward took the time to knock that one out. You don't lose time for taking out that one remain after the final hit on Mask. So that's just an extra safety thing there. And got 2 more phases. Instant hit there on Incarnation. That was really nice. Sometimes you just get lucky. You can knock it out right away.
Yeah, Incarnation can get away from you real easily, and then just tracking him down gets real hard. and you lose actual tens of seconds.
Makes me glad that Incarnation Bomb is allowed now in Standard. I mean, I don't think it was ever banned, but rather it was decided that it would be an allowed strategy.
I thought that initially we decided against it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what came to pass that made us decide to unban it.
Well, GG, Skyward. Congrats. Making his way to Grand Finals to face off against FaZe in a best of 3, with FaZe having a 1-game advantage. So 1, potentially 2 more games to determine the winner of Season 1. Hello, Skyward.
Hello.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Punching your ticket to Grand Finals. I gotta ask you, first of all, have you ever had Bottle Go mode before?
I had, yeah.
Okay. So this is...
But yeah, I didn't expect to find my first bottle on Toilet Hand. Like, actually, I hesitated to do Toilet Hand because I had Express Mail, and then I checked where I got Express Mail. It's on Dog Race, and I'm like, maybe I can get that again. So I can just check Toilet Hand just in case, and
there you go. Your go mode.
My Go mode, yeah. And then found another bottle on the way to do Great Bay, fortunately.
I have a bit of bad news for you. We did find one other bottle on ATZ's side. I'm not sure if he mentioned where it was, but
no, he didn't.
You know the bottle you got in Cape? There was a bottle of Grotto right beside it. There were 2 bottles in Cape.
In Cape, okay.
Cape Grotto.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we were like, because ATZ didn't check the underwater chest, so we're like, I really hope Skyward goes to check the grotto on the way to GBT, and he didn't, and we're like, oh man, he's just checking the underwater chest, and it was a bottle anyway. It's like, oh my god, he got bailed out there. But it would have been cool if you had gotten both, I guess, because then you would have been able to do one trip Pinnacle Rock, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You still finished in 2:08, which is an amazing finish time.
Yeah. I didn't expect the seed to be so fast.
It was so wild.
You get everything like almost right off the bat. I don't know if ATC got some item late, but I'm like, eh.
Yeah, he so you did you got the land title deed from Observatory night 1, I think, after Blast Mask, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So ATZ did Observatory opener, so he didn't have bombs when he went to Observatory.
Yeah, actually, that's what I was thinking. Like, he could do that and get his Zora mask, I think it was.
Yeah.
Really late because of that.
Yeah, so he checked it last. Like, it was the last thing that he checked in his first cycle. Yeah. And we're like, oh, good, he's got the land title deed. He can go get Zora. And then we saw him play Song of Time, and we're like, no!
Oh, no. Yeah.
So he only got... He finally got Zora mask a couple of minutes ago, but... Obviously, most of the race we were like, yeah, this is basically Skyward's race at this point. So unfortunate, but I mean, you still.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say you still played super well. Like this was a really good showing, definitely deserving of that spot in Grand Finals. So.
Yeah, I was playing quite well today, more than my last match, to be to be really honest, because I wasn't tired, I wasn't too stressed or anything, so it was quite smooth, not distracted or anything, so I'm really happy about the performance today.
Glad to hear it.
And could have been much faster if it was behind Captain's hat.
Yeah, we were saying it was really funny. We were in a position where it was either Bottle or Captain's hat for Go mode, and when we got that Captain's hat, it was like, yo, sub 2, could this happen?
Yeah, finding the Captain's hat before a bottle, I didn't really expect that. I think I was going to do Secret Shrine after that grotto, but I found a Captain's hat, I'm like, no way. I'm getting out of here.
What was I going to say? This is a PB for you, isn't it?
This is, yeah, because I think it was 2:11.
Well, there you go.
Last time, and it was in the previous patch too. So
wow.
actually a slower version of the game, and it was my PB for quite a long time too.
That's
Never
final.
had like super jet seed.
Mm-hmm.
That could have been if Captain Zat was the go mode, but fortunately it wasn't.
All right, so I have been provided the spoiler log, so I can actually look up where the other 3 bottles were.
Mm-hmm.
Mountain Spring Grotto. Okay, so one was locked by completing eggs. Mountain Spring Grotto.
Okay, yeah.
The 2 in Cape. One was Canyon Scrub Trade, and the other one was Well Left Side. Okay, nobody was getting that. So where was
Yeah.
Ocean Title Deed? It was Keaton Quiz. Okay.
Ooh, could have gotten that.
Yeah,
Because
but
I
I
had
mean,
Keaton Mask, but I don't even remember where I got it.
it was here. Let me find it here. Magic of Control F. Icona Graveyard Grotto. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, I wasn't going to do that. That wasn't really on the way.
Yeah,
I
and like,
guess I could have done it before doing Midnight Meeting.
yeah, but I mean, you're probably not going back to Icona anytime soon after that. Like after you clear out Stone Tower. So I mean,
Well,
You can't.
I actually did the graveyard before going to
oh yeah, okay.
Stone
So
Tower. I did the grotto, so I got Kitten Mask
okay,
like before even getting Captain Set. So
that could have worked out, but
it would have worked out. Yeah.
yeah. Regardless, still a very good showing. What
Yeah,
else did I
what's-
want to ask about?
Well, it's grand final. Didn't expect to go that far, but it's
Yeah.
great.
I honestly, at this point, I couldn't imagine a more hype grand finals versus FaZe. It's gonna be
hype, yeah.
super fun.
I just hope at least I win at least one, so we can
Yeah.
get two matches.
More races, yeah. And then, do you have any plans to play in season 4, or are you just gonna hard focus on MM and call it quits?
With my schedule, with my job, it's gonna be really difficult to get into OTR season 4,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
That's
So-
fair.
That's a shame, but what can
Yeah.
you do?
Yeah,
I-
I mean, focus on winning the other game, right?
Yeah, right. I think it's probably better that way, but still, I'll try to do some OTR, but yeah, I'm not sure I can do like even 5 qualifiers, so...
Right. Oh,
But, well, I'm really better at Measureless Mask than OTR anyway, so I'm not sure I would have made the bracket, so...
yeah, that's fair.
I mean, there are so many good players in OTR.
It's
That-
crazy.
Like
Yeah.
32 players? Yeah, I'm not sure I'm top 32 in that game. I'm not bad, but I'm not that strong.
Yeah.
So
I was-
many runners.
I was saying, I was talking about this a bit last night, and I don't think that like the best OOT players are better than the best MMR players. But the way I put it is like for every good player that MMR has, there's like 4 good players for OOT. Like it's crazy competitive. But anyway, enough about OOT. Yeah, and we can talk about ATZ as well, who had a really good bracket run as well, making it to winners finals pretty convincingly, and then only losing to FaZe and now Skyward. So respectable 3rd place finish for him.
Yeah, he did really well. I think he didn't even had to try that hard, but he got super good super quick. That's crazy. I was actually really scared of ATZ in that tournament because he's just so smart and just so consistent overall. So yeah, he beat my ass more than one time, definitely in some races. So
it would have been really interesting to see this race play out had he not Song of Time to weigh the land title deed, but obviously that was a gamble that didn't pay off for him this time. So what can you do?
Yeah, I was thinking about giving the deed to Toilet Hand, but I'm like, I don't know. And it turns out I did the better choice, even if there was a bottle on Toilet Hand. I got it anyway.
I would have definitely safe scummed. And the unfortunate thing is, if I had gotten that bottle on Toilet Hand, I don't know if I would have scummed it away.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Quite the conundrum.
also really thought that we were going to see a sound shake, considering we had Remaining Mask and all 3 transformation masks so early.
We were talking about that. Yeah, we were kind of worried, especially with East Clocktown, Way of the Hero.
Yeah,
It was scary.
but we got a lot of things already in East Lockdown. I think we've got a bow, and we've got, like, obviously an entire league.
Yeah. It looked like you guys were just bottle for go mode at like 40 minutes in, I think. Like, that's wild to me. Maybe a little bit
Yeah,
later.
technically, yeah. But we got Captain's Hat at like at least I got Captain's Hat at 15 minutes or something. 55 maybe. So
Maybe.
it was like, ooh, that could be
Mm.
super fast.
Yeah. Anything more from you, Mr. Epic Yoshi?
Nope.
Hanging out, having a good time. We had a good time on comms today.
We
Okay.
sure did.
That's okay.
Canadian comms always kill.
Fortunately, the final of 7 Canadians in the bracket has fallen today, and we're gonna have Germany versus France, I believe, grand final.
Yep.
Yeah. So, EU battle.
EU battle. Hog.
All right.
All right, we all good?
I believe so, unless Skyward has anything more.
That's all for me.
All right, then. Well, with that, I want to thank the runners, Skyward and Ats, for the awesome race. Thank you to our commentators, Epic Yoshi and Vidya James. And thank you to our trackers, Steve Master92 and Missouri Fox. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope you had a great time. Coming up on ZSR, we are done for the day, but tomorrow at 3:50 p.m. on Monday, we have the Wind Waker Randomizer Spoiler Log Tournament Winners Bracket Quarterfinals between Gobbity Bobbity and Tango 3. That's at 3:50 p.m. tomorrow. And currently, that's all on the schedule this week. It is the Christmas holiday across the world, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, it's probably going to be a slow week. We'll see what happens with the schedule, but with that, I hope you all have a great time today. Have a fantastic holiday week, and we'll see you all next time. Bye!
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.